Were you trying to provoke or trying to get people to do things?
Yes.
Tell us what.
Think. Use your head.
Come on! Yo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today I am here to talk about All Eyez on Me, the Tupac story.
They are gonna come after you with everything you love. They gonna give you the tools that you need to destroy yourself.
Ultimately, I have a lot of praise for this film. Now, what is wrong with the film? Evidently, it seems to be lacking quite significant parts of Tupac's life. It feels kind of like the film goes from A to D instead of A, B, C in terms of the order of his life. You're like, wait a minute, where's B and C? It's like it just went A to D. Especially when it comes to his ascension, his rise to fame. There are significant gaps where you think, how did he get famous? How did he get into Hollywood? How did he become a Hollywood actor and a Hollywood star? It's really kind of just glossed over like it was just really easy. And then I got the part in the movie Juice, and then I was in Hollywood films. Like, it was just not a big deal at all, like anyone could do it.
People sweat us on the street, you don't even give a f.
I think you're exaggerating.
That's bullshit, man.
That's the biggest flaw, is the gaps in the life story. But I have to say, I was expecting pure dog shit, right? The first trailer that came out, someone sent it to me, I watched it on my phone, and I was like, that looks fucking terrible. In every way, what an absolute piece of shit. I have no interest in that at all. Okay, to the point where I wasn't actually expecting to see the movie. I went past the cinema yesterday wanting to see something else, and what I wanted to see did not start for another hour, but All Eyez on Me was beginning in 5 minutes. Now, I have a Limitless card from Odeon. Now, this card is £20 a month, and it means you can see as many films as you want, whenever you want.
Imagine you could see all the films you want, as often as you like. Well, now you can, when you join Limitless from Odeon.
You can sit in the cinema literally all day, and it never ever costs you more than £19.99 a month. It's an amazing deal. I actually can't recommend it enough. The point is that I was like, well, either I wait an hour to see the film I want to see, or I go and see All Eyez on Me. And my thought was, if All Eyez on Me is terrible, no problem. I'll just walk out, and then I'll go and see the film that I came to actually see. And to my surprise, within about 5 minutes, I was like, this is actually quite good. This isn't like the Biggie Smalls movie.
Can't change the world unless we change ourselves.
To the credit of All Eyez on Me, plot gaps aside, it's a well-made movie. It's well-directed. It's well-paced. It's entertaining. The performances are good. Now, obviously, the main actor is not going to have the magnetism and the gravitas of Tupac, because he's not Tupac, and very few people that I've ever seen on camera have the kind of weight of somebody like Tupac. Tupac, especially since his death, has become kind of martyred by it. He's something of a deity, this iconoclast who created so much work in such a short time period, so much so that posthumously after his death he's released more albums than most people ever will in their entire life. He's a remarkable symbol, and when he speaks, in reality you can't help but feel that unique quality that he had. Somebody who'd been through a lot, who'd been through the worst of things, and somehow repeatedly came through the other side, like walking through a dark tunnel and repeatedly making it to the light and showing people, don't worry, you know, I'm here to try and make the world better, and I will carry the weight of the world on my shoulders, is the kind of feeling that you get with Tupac. Not somebody who was there for himself, for his money, for his fame, to get cars, to get girls. He's not that kind of a pop star. In fact, he's not a pop star at all. You were under the impression that this is a guy who's here for you, or this is a guy who's here for me. He's writing songs to make the audience happy. He's writing songs to educate the world and to educate the masses, to do his best to enrich your life, as opposed to today, where most pop stars are just there to get stuff from you. They just want your money, whatever. Just give me your money so you can make my life good, and I'll write you some shitty songs so you can improve my life. That's not Tupac at all. Tupac is, I'm actually going to take risks to improve your life. I'm going to tell you things that my labels and producers don't want me to tell for you, even though he kept getting sacked off and taken to court over and over again.
Every day, I'm standing outside trying to sing my way in. You know what I'm saying? We are hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in. After about a week, that song is going to change to, we hungry, we need some food. After 2-3 weeks, it's like, you know, give me all the food, and breaking out the door. And after a year, then you just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking the lock, coming through the door, blasting, you know what I'm saying?
Anyway, the point is of course the main actor's not going to have the kind of presence of Tupac. Once in a while he overdoes things like the head slant. Once in a while Tupac would kind of slant his head in this kind of casual way. If you actually look at evolution, the incline of the head indicates trust, something that you did sometimes see Tupac do, but not that much. If you go and watch a lot of his interviews, he's very masculine, very upright, great posture. This character's always slanting his head. It's a little OTT, to use that modern colloquialism. But anyway, he does do quite a good job, and he does look like him, can't deny that. It's got some very good scenes in it. I liked the mother, I liked the actor, I thought that Suge Knight was really good, just like I thought his depiction, the depiction of him in Straight Outta Compton was really good. And ultimately, I thought that this was kind of a good movie, because sometimes it's good to just touch base with that part of musical history, to touch base with Tupac's story and Tupac's legacy and Tupac's tragedy. And if you already know a lot about him, this is just a nice way to kind of bring it back to you. And if you don't know anything about Tupac, this is probably a nice doorway into that world. I expect that younger people might see this film and think, well, the film doesn't tell the whole story, but let me fill in those gaps myself. Let me go home and listen to his albums and read his lyrics and watch those interviews. And in that regard, the film to me is a success, because I believe that it really would convince younger people to go and discover this great artist and, for me, great man.
But school is really important, reading, writing, arithmetic. But I think after you learn reading, writing, and arithmetic, that's it. But what they tend to do is teach you reading, writing, and arithmetic, then teach you reading, writing, and arithmetic again, then again, just making it harder and harder, just so to keep you busy. And that's where I think they messed up. There should be a class on drugs. There should be sex education. There should be a class on scams. There should be a class on religious cults. There should be a class on police brutality. There should be a class on apartheid. There should be a class on racism in America. There should be a class on why people are hungry, but they're not. Their classes on gym, you know, physical education. Let's learn volleyball.
So to me, no, of course it's not perfect. It was never going to be perfect. You can't capture that story in cinema in 2 hours. It's not possible to do it. It has flaws. It doesn't have the wisdom and the intelligence of a guy like Tupac, but could it really? Did anyone really expect it to have that? I certainly didn't. But ultimately, it does more things right than it does wrong. Anyway, to simplify, to summarize, if you think of Tupac's life and the mystery and the prowess that he had as a castle, right? This castle on a hill of prominence and power in a way, something that had this tremendous sphere of influence. This movie is just like a window into that life. It's like climbing this hill and you get to look in the window and see in. You can't see the whole castle, you can't see all the rooms, but you can see enough that it makes you curious about the guy and his story. And I think that that's pretty good. That's way better than I expected. It's so much better than Notorious, the Biggie movie. And I would watch it again. Or maybe I just liked it because I was expecting it to be absolute dog shit, which is possible. And if you go in expecting it to be absolute dog shit, you're probably going to like it as well.
They are going to give you the tools that you need to destroy yourself.
We must not hate those who have done wrong to us, for as soon as we hate them, we become just like them.
Anyway, that's all eyes on me. You guys take care of yourselves. I'm gonna go cause some ruckus on the back of the bus. Was a fool all through high school, kicking up dust. Gonna carry on with that. Take care of yourselves. Peace.
They'll never take me alive. I'm getting high with my 4-5. Cocked on these suckers, time to die. Even as a youngster, causing ruckus on the back of the bus. I was a fool all through high school, kicking up dust, but now I'm labeled as a troublemaker. Who can you blame? Smoking weed help me take away the pain. So I'm hopeless, rolling down the freeway, swerving. Don't worry, I'm about to crash up on the curb, cause my business